Hi, this is Kevin Souza. All of my life, I've heard these words, find a way, find a way. You know, when I was a child and I wanted to learn how to swim, the reason that I didn't try was because I was afraid. Does that sound familiar? And then the man down the street who had fought in one of the wars, who had no use of his legs, he had legs but no use of them, was swimming in his swimming pool like a fish. And I thought, how can somebody who doesn't have use of their legs swim? Because don't you need to, move your legs in the water? Well, yes, and obviously no, because he was doing it without that. And what was even more amazing was that he was swimming in his deep end. When I started to want to overcome the fear of learning how to swim, I was happy to have both feet planted at the bottom, whether it was the ocean, the pond, or a swimming pool in the shallow end, because that's my safety. If I was afraid, then I could just simply let my feet grasp the bottom and my head was above water. And so that was my safety net, if you will, right? And so when I told him that I wanted to learn how to swim, but I was afraid, but because I was amazed at how he could swim, he said, okay, you're going to start in the deep end. Deep end? That means my feet can't touch the bottom of something if I'm afraid. He said, that's right. So first he taught me how to float. He just taught me how to float with my head in the water, holding my breath. And then he taught me how to move my legs like this while I'm floating, okay, with my arms in front of me. And then eventually move my arms, and when I move my arms, turn my head to take a breath out of the water. When I move my arm, take my breath, and then every other time, take a breath. And eventually, he taught me how to swim. And what we do as human beings is we tend to swim in the shallow end. Why? Because we're afraid of drowning. When we go after something to succeed in life, the majority of human beings, this is what's sad, the majority of people will not look at their end result and believe that they can achieve it. Instead, they're afraid. I know because I've been there, done that. Okay? In fact, I still do it today. And I don't know how many leaders will admit that, but I will. Okay? There are times, to even today, where I let fear dictate my inactivity, my lack of actions. And even doing the actions with the fear there, it will squelch your full potential to see the light, to see the light bulb moments of when you can take opportunity and run with it. Too many people nowadays, they'll join a business, for example, on the internet, and before the internet, they would start a home-based business. They would poke it with a stick. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Well, maybe I hope that it works, with no belief whatsoever in their dream. And they'll quit at the very first sign or second or third sign of challenges or roadblocks. Like, for example, when people say no thank you to them. Okay? Get a few hundred no thank yous and see what that does to your morale. If your belief in your dream is not worthy, if it's not big enough, if your belief in your outcome is not there. I'll see how it goes means you don't believe. Or let's say that in my business, we have products and services that cost money. And if I'm going to market them, I want to own them. And let's say someone decides, okay, I'm going to buy some of the products, but not all of them. I'm going to hold off on this one, but I will buy all the others. That's like saying I'm going to stay in the shallow end where my feet are on the ground and I can make sure I can breathe above water. Here's the true admission. I don't really think I'll succeed. I'm not sure I'm going to, and I don't want to have to figure out how to spend that money on that final product because, you never know if I'm going to succeed or not. Okay? Or they let other people dictate to that, that to them. if it costs them a good amount of money that they need to figure things out to pay for it, somebody that is in their lives will caution them, whoa, that's a lot of money. Well, what if you don't make it? And they plant that seed, they feed that seed that's already in your mind, and then you make your decision accordingly. Okay? I have never seen in my entire life one person, in my 40 years of observing successful people, I have not once seen not one person quit who has believed in their outcome, believed in themselves, even when they can't see their outcome yet. Not one of those people have given up. All the rest, which is 98% of the world, unfortunately, have nothing but excuses or reasons that they justify in their own mind are justifiable. Okay? I don't believe in that. Here's why. Because I've seen it too many times in 40 years. People who have all of the odds in the world stacked against them, who have pressed on in spite of that and have succeeded. Success story after success story after success story. I'll talk about something that happened with me recently. I had my right hip replaced. Within 10 days, I flew to Miami, Florida for a leadership mastermind session with Leadership Council where I could rub shoulders with the best of the best and be able to participate and to be able to contribute to that 3 or 4 day event in order to better myself in my business and improve myself. My doctor thought I was nuts. My friends and family thought I was crazy. Wow, you're actually you just had your hip surgery, Kevin. You can't even barely walk. You're in extreme pain because they blocked a nerve that goes all the way down to my foot, and my foot is still, even after a month, is still frozen solid and grows and swells and hurts. It goes all the way up my calf with the pain that is just unbearable. But I went anyway. Why? Because that's what I've observed with successful people in life. Successful people will do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do or have nothing but excuses about, and makes the world feel like those excuses are legitimate, viable reasons not to press on with their dream. That's pretty sad. It really is. And then when I see situations like I just mentioned about when going all in and getting everything that you need to be to maximize your profitability and to set the example for the people that are joining you in business, and you only get partial or most of them and not all of them, that speaks volumes about your belief or about what you have allowed others to lead you to believe. Okay? That's powerful. I bought everything. I didn't have the funds, but I found them. And I didn't stop when the water was reaching here. Okay? I bought them all so that I could learn how to swim and learn how to succeed and get from one place to another. And even today, when taking actions in business in the last 3 years, I noticed a trend with myself. When I don't take action on doing the income producing activities in my business, okay, which is exposing others to my opportunity to become either a customer or an affiliate to generate revenue, right? Like any business on the planet. Here's what I discovered about myself. I would make excuses as to why I couldn't take action that day, or those days, or those weeks, or even those months. I would make excuses to myself and would voice those excuses and actually not talk about when I did not take productive action. But what I've discovered is that when we have an accountability partner or partners, a team of accountability, to encourage each other and to report to, unlike a boss can fire you. These people can't. right? But in order to have something where we can be accountable for our income producing activities and the actions that'll take us to our goals, I found that we are more productive that way. Imagine that. We do now have a team, myself and a few other people, where we have all agreed to keep ourselves on track and to actually report our income producing activities Monday through Friday to each other on a daily basis from now until our next event, which is a little over a couple of months away. That will keep me on track. Not being accountable, not having something like that in place, will cause you to fall into the trap that even, like I said, even I fall into even today, and every other leader that exists who is willing to admit it, of not taking action, justifying why, and hiding behind the true lack of activity of our income producing activity that results in lesser production and lesser income. So the bottom line of this is, when I started this video, is find a way to get the rest of the way in. Now, don't just buy most of the products, get them all, because your dream is worth it. Your dream has much value as a human life. I've told this to people countless times. If you have somebody dying in your life that you could save their lives, if you were to raise a few $1,000s to keep them alive, you would do it. So would anyone else. Even if you didn't have the money or think you couldn't have the money, you would figure it out. You would find a way. And when you have a dream, you won't say no to an opportunity when it's offered to you. You will say, yes, I have a dream. I will find a way. People, the ignorant ones, say, oh, this is going to cost me money to try to make money online? Oh, forget it. No, I'm not interested in that. Every business on the planet costs money to run, period. So don't be ignorant, okay? If you don't have a dream, and that's okay. Hey, I'm not judging people who have dreams and who don't, but it's clear who do and who don't. Don't say you have a dream and then quit because you lied about having the dream. Right? Why? Why lie about it? Just say, you know what? I just really don't have any dreams. I'd rather live day by day. I'd rather go to work, come home, let my boss tell me what to do, work for 40 years, retire on half pay, get a dead bird or a turkey and a gold watch, and buy good luck on your retirement. Are you willing to do that kind of a life? Not me. I want a life of freedom, but more importantly, I want to help you and encourage you and support you and work with you to help you build your freedom. Isn't your dream worth it? Isn't your family worth it? I think it is, and so do you inside. Admit it. Find a way. And you know what? When you find a way and you can do it, I'll tell you what, you can help others do it too. And when you run into a problem or a challenge, don't do what most of the world does and quit. Oh, that's not for me. That's another line I hear from people who quit. I decided this isn't for me. What's not for you? Your dream? Or the price that you need to learn how to enjoy, not pay. I didn't say pay the price. Enjoy the price to make your success or your dream happen. Put value in your dream. You're worth it. And so is your family. So with that said, this is Kevin Souza, and I hope you make it a wonderful day, and I'll look forward to speak with you in my next video.